Today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 arcade games in Dreams. In case you don't know, Dreams is the indie game generator made by Media Molecule, the devs behind Little Big Planet. One of the best things about Dreams is its near infinite playlist of fun games, and one of the genres of games that excel within Dreams are arcade games. These bite-sized, polished works of art are some of the best experiences within the platform, and for good reason. So, to not keep you waiting any longer, let's take a look at the games. Up first, we have Cybert Trigger by Paulo Ramirez. Cybert Trigger is a classic old-school 2D action platformer that sees you as an explorer fighting robots and upgrading your arsenal. With a unique pixel art style, fun gameplay and great mechanics, this game is easily an impressive feat within the Dreams community. It has all the elements you'd expect too, with a Metroidvania style world exploring and boss battling. What's more interesting is Paulo could easily fill this entire list with all his games, as he specialises in the arcade genre variety. Well, we do have another one of his on this list. I'll save it for a little later on, and let's go on with more games. Up next is Pixel Dash by Shadow124900, and honestly, the name sums it up pretty well. You play a little pixel guys, you dash through the world, stomping on enemies, wall bouncing and dodging traps, all to get the high score. The music is great and the gameplay feels nice when you pull off those wall jumps into speed dashes, and if you're a fan of high scores, you'll definitely enjoy the fact that the scoreboard on this is pretty competitive, but that's to be expected considering these are all in the arcade genre. Now we've got Nom Nom by That's Mike? M-A-I-K? Mike? And honestly, this one might be the most unique on the list, yet feels oddly familiar. I can't quite place it, but the art style and mechanics and overall feel makes this game seem like something I've played before, and if you know what that is, put it in the comments because I'm really trying to figure it out. Anyway, this game Nom Nom is a fun platformer that gets progressively more difficult as it goes on. Though rewarding when you do figure it out, it has collectibles and a really cool character that squishes when you go against walls, and it's, oh, Super Meat Boy! I think that's it. I think that's what it reminds me of. I think. Anyway, the art style is adorable, the game is challenging, and it just screams indie classic. Now we've got the Red Ace 3D by Prince Laser. While it appears pretty simple in concept, this dogfighting game sees you charging bases, protecting payloads and outmanoeuvring the enemy. It's relatively short but fun, and the difficulty of the game will stop you finishing it quickly. Aerial combat games are genuinely games that I really enjoy playing, but I'm never actually good at. But they've done an incredible job capturing that unique style of classic game feel that if you grew up within that era, you'll definitely appreciate. Up next, we've got Red by Big Sam's 92, a classic side-scrolling beat-em-up if I've ever seen one, and it works so well. What's even cooler is you can go between the pixel art style and just the regular 3D modelling that it's built in, and if you're a fan of Streets of Rage, you'll definitely love this as it captures that unique style these games tend to have. And if you're from the UK, you'll definitely enjoy the scenery as you at one point walk past a Tesco. Although I'm pretty sure this takes place in England, but you know, Scotland has Tesco's. It's fun, clean, and really detailed, so if you love side-scrolling fighters, this is definitely for you. Now, we have Ultimate 6-in-1 Retro Game Multicart by Surrounded_, and let me tell you, this game is a nightmare in the best possible way. Imagine, if you will, WarioWare Smooth Moves, or really any WarioWare game. Now imagine instead of playing one minigame, you're playing 6 at the one time. That's right, and this hilariously insane multitask minigame sees you playing 6 individual games with one button. But the button does different things in all 6 minigames, forcing you to keep an eye on everyone. I know I've said unique about 8,000 times, but this game definitely is probably the most unique and fun experience on Dreams, just because of the hecticness. Next, it's Neon Blaster by DarkRs35. This game is your classic top-down shooter as you navigate hallways full of bad guys, gaining power-ups, high scores and dodging lasers. Its simplistic design really only aids the cool sharp look of the game. And it's not pushover either. You have to manage your ammo and progress, or you can run out like I did. Next up, we have two very similar games but very, very different art styles. We've got Gaia Hawk by Talk33 and we've got Metal Eagles by Paulo Ramirez again. Both of these games see you as a plane moving from bottom to top as you shoot your way through waves of enemies and bosses, both with a very competitive high scoreboard, but what's really cool and why they're both on the list is they manage to be very similar and feel very different. As stated before, Paulo uses a more retro pixel art style that sees you in a classic kind of World War aircraft sort of thing, while Gaia Hawk goes a bit more futuristic approach, which sees you in space fighting what I could only assume is aliens. Both play extremely well and are very polished, so I highly suggest you try them both when you play. And lastly, I wish I never played this because in the middle of recording footage, I forgot about recording footage and just started genuinely playing the game. PS Coindozer by Darkars35 again. I'm an absolute sucker for these types of games and I love them in arcades in real life. I love the mobile phone app too. What's really cool though and addicting about this one is you unlock PlayStation Icon trophies and trophies in general, giving you that good dopamine rush we all crave. It's stylistic, fun and very addictive, and I'm going to jump back into playing more right now. Well, that's 10 arcade games to play in dreams. What caught your eye? Let me know in the comments below, and if you have a genre of game you'd like to see featured next, tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching everyone, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.